What's up YouTube, Ricky here. Today I'm going to be installing this Pioneer AVH-3500NEX single DIN stereo, but this single DIN stereo is compatible with Apple CarPlay. So that's one of the biggest reasons I got this for my Mitsubishi Evolution 9. As you guys can see, I currently have this single DIN radio. It works great, however, it doesn't have Apple CarPlay, and I wanted to get Apple CarPlay without having to do because if you guys don't know, with the Mitsubishi EVO 8s and 9s, you have to remove this climate controls and put them like down here to fit, in order to fit the double DIN bezel and this the center dash right here. So I'm hoping I can get away with putting it in here, so that way it'll just come out and lip up like this. But if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to move my gauges down here and then just put the new stereo in the current location for the gauges. So we'll see, hopefully it works. But yeah, should be a pretty smooth install. So the first thing you do want to do is go ahead and remove the negative battery terminal on your battery. Okay, once we've disconnected the negative battery terminal, the next thing I'm going to do is actually start uninstalling this old head unit. So we'll go ahead and start with that. It's super easy, just remove the faceplate if you have one already installed, and there should be two screws up here. You just remove those and then you can begin to remove the trim around that. Okay, so once you've went ahead and removed the screws up top by this trim piece, all you got to do is pretty much just pull on this and it'll just come out. It's just like two tabs holding it in and the screws. So once you're done with that, you want to go ahead and start to remove the screws, 4 screws in for the radio. Should look the same for your guys's. Okay, so once you guys have removed those 4 screws from the stereo bracket, you can say, so all the cables are going to be exposed now. And basically what I'm going to do is, since I bought the Crutchfield, I ordered the stereo on Crutchfield, and I ordered their, I think it's called like their like ready harness thing. I think that's what it's called. Pretty much what they do is they just pretty much do all the wiring for you, and you just have, it's pretty much like a plug and play feature, which I really like because it saves me a lot of time. I'm not a big electrical guy, so I don't really like to mess with that. But yeah, so yeah, also if you guys have an amp, like I have an existing amp, all you're gonna do is just pretty much just hook these up into the new stereo, and then yeah, just kind of wire it the same way you would with the new one. But I'm gonna get all of these wires removed and get the new stereo, try to get the new stereo into this location. Hopefully it works. Okay, so quick update guys, obviously as you can tell, it's dark out now, and the head unit's up here now, so it wouldn't fit in here because I just know it's not going to clear this when it comes out, because it's kind of tilted at an angle. It's not fully straight out. So I just went ahead and pretty much just removed my gauges from the top, put them down here, just moved the wiring down here, and then just kind of did the opposite with the head unit. I just put everything, all the cables just come up, and then you just have the head unit right here. So a couple things with this head unit that I've noticed. First thing being most important is these 4 bolts right here, or screws right here, won't really fit, or they won't really align with the holes that came from the factory. So I kind of just forced it in. I don't know if it was a good idea or not, but I mean, it's staying in place and it's not moving and it doesn't have any place, so looks good to me. Also another thing, the OEM trim piece on these EVO 8s and 9s is way too small for this to fit. I mean, I had to trim this a lot with a rotary tool, just to kind of trim the edges a bit. and it barely fits now. So also you have to take this, I took this original trim out from the head unit just because it gave me a little bit more space to work with it versus with it on. But yeah, so if you guys are gonna install that, just make sure you have to trim the hell out of this piece because it's a pain. I mean, I'm almost there. I got kind of a good amount of it, as you can see. I just need a little bit of the top and bottom to trim, and then once that's done, you can just put that in and then just put this back on, and then yeah, it'll pretty much be done. But let me go ahead and finish trimming this up, and then we'll be back. And if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. I'll try to help you guys out as much as I can, because you know, I know there's not too many videos out there on these. I haven't really seen too many of these head units on EVOs, so you know, I figured might as well make a video. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And then you can obviously you know, you got all your features and stuff, you know, all the Apple CarPlay. Once you plug it into the USB port, you pretty much get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And then if you don't want this display up all the time, you just got to push this little button right here, and then it'll come right down just like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching.